guys, that's your Comanche today, Watcher of Realms. Welcome to the video, guys. Hopefully it finds you all doing well out there. I'm not doing so hot in-game. In real life, I'm doing great. But in-game, not doing so hot. Man, I had to go back and delete a video again, dude. That's one thing I'm learning on this channel, guys. I'll just be real with you. You know what? Making a YouTube channel, when you start playing a game, you get a lot of stuff wrong because as we all play a game from scratch, we get a lot of stuff wrong. So 10 years on YouTube, you'd think that would resonate with me, but the truth is you learn so much, especially during your first like 3, 4, 5, 6 months playing these games, that I should never start a channel like as I'm a beginner ever again. More on that in future videos, by the way. But the most recent thing that I've gotten wrong here on the channel about a hero was basically off of the advice off of other YouTube channels that I saw out there, right? And it was all about Shamir, a legendary hero. And I even made a follow-up video talking about I was wrong on this dude, meaning that I thought he was trash. And then I saw a bunch of videos out there saying that he could have lockdown, you know, basically stun lock, essentially, all of the mobs that he's attacking, right? So I thought to myself, okay, well, he does have some use case. He is pretty good. I'm going to invest. And then I finally get around to investing. And this dude, I want you guys to be the judge. I think he still freaking sucks really bad. So I had to make this video and delete the other video. I'm going to show you him in 2 different builds, one for damage and one for just massive attack speed as it was recommended to me. Now, this is the thing. It'd be one thing to say, hey, you know, you got a Shamir, maybe he just needs to be awakened. Dude, I have an A3 Shamir, okay? So my man is getting 2 what seems like incredibly powerful abilities. Targeting with the last 3 stacks of drowning water will be inflicted with mobilized state. These are targets, not targeting. 1 second unable to move. So it makes perfect sense on A1 on Shamir. Targets with at least 3 stacks of drowning water, when he's applying them with a lot of attack speed, they're permanently unable to move. That's the idea. That's the idea, right? And then you can increase the stacks on A3. So anyway, I was thrilled because I had him not only A1 but A3, and I was excited to invest in this dude, okay? So really quickly, Electro Cryo Nova, what a name for an alt, right? It's an auto ultimate. Unleashes an energy ball, dealing 200% damage to 1 target, inflicting drowning water. That's reducing their movement speed by 25%. The ball then generates every 5 seconds shockwaves over 10 seconds, AoE damage, and more drowning water to the targets. 4-second movement speed. And then on his basic, he's got drowning water to the target's hit, right? So it's all about drowning water. It's all about slowing. It's all about stacking the drowning water, basically, is all you need to know, really. First, we're going to start with the high attack speed build, right? So I was told the attack speed necessary was at the minimum of 550. Obviously, the higher the better, right? So we're easily clearing that. We're approaching 700 attack speed. Obviously, with attack speed in this game, the yield is diminishing returns, right? So meaning that, like, you know, the higher you stack it, the lower the yield the returns are. So there gets to be a point where, you know, it takes a lot of attack speed to shave off another a tenth of a second, you know?
I don't understand a word you said.
Anyway, I digress. I have him pretty damn fast, I think, right? So we're going to try him with attack speed first. Obviously, attack speed everywhere, attack speed everywhere, attack speed as much as I could get it. My best attack speed gear on the account. Let's try him out, guys. What do you say? As I said on skills, I did not use any skill using skill crystal. I don't think it should really matter that much on the build. Yeah, sure, he could be a little bit better, but the proof is going to be in the pudding either way. At least that's my feeling. You tell me if I'm wrong. I did consult with a couple CCs. I don't want to name names anywhere about this dude because I'm not trying to, like, it's a freaking game. I don't give a shit. You know, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to try out sucky heroes and try to get something out of them. Before I show you this stuff, I do want to say that I do not regret. All that said, I would have regretted crystalling him. I didn't do that. I don't regret building him. I don't regret building him because he's going to be, I think he's going to be a boss in faction trials for me, okay? So, like, with all this being said, I don't think he's, like, worthless and, you know, you should, like, feed him to your freaking awakening shop. No. I want to be clear on that, all right? I was just disappointed. Maybe it's like going to see one of those movies where you're all hyped up about it and everybody says it's awesome, and then you see it and you're like, dude, this is not what I don't even want to start in Gear Raid 1, in freaking Resource, in EXP Raid. I just want to show you literally what this dude is doing. Honestly, 90% of you guys are just gonna click off after this because you're gonna be like, oh, that's it. So I have him here with AI because I love AI, right? And she's a control champion. They're different. She's all about the freeze control with her little crystals. He's about the slow and the A1 and everything like that, right? Keep in mind, again, A1, we got immobilized and slow. So the double whammy, you know? And we're gonna put him down. Let's put him right over here. It doesn't really matter. And you guys can see. So, I mean, not exactly lockdown speed. What do you guys think? Do you think that's lockdown speed? Would you consider that to be just absolutely insane, the coolest thing you've ever seen? Like anything in this game, if you try it on like lower level content, yeah, sure, it looks pretty impressive. But this is EXP. This is not like endgame. It's EXP raid, you know? I mean, granted, that's cool. Like, he's pretty, you guys saw that right there? He was pretty immobilized, I'm not gonna lie, right? Here he goes. He's got his water. It's definitely, I don't want to say it has no effect, right? Forget the double negative. It definitely has an effect. I mean, look at this guy. He's doing, you know what I call it? I call it doing the pigeon because I'm a fan of 1983 Sesame Street. He's doing the pigeon, man. He's doing the little, maybe the kids nowadays call it twerking at the portal. You guys see what I'm saying, right? Is he gonna make it I mean, look at this. It's, I don't know why I'm gonna start it over, but I'm gonna start it over. I'm just gonna throw in, it doesn't have to be AI. It can be freaking Mari. It can be Maul. It can be anybody with some control, you know, in their kit, right? It can be a Theowen. This is a legendary hero. When I want immobilize, and look at this range comparison, right? When I'm looking for immobilize, I'm looking for like immobilize, you know? I want them not to move ever. You know, I was thinking like stun locked. Now look at AI, right? She's got the skill crystals that just freeze everybody. I mean, isn't that a lot freaking better? And she's an epic hero. Definitely gonna use him. I'm sure I'm gonna lean on him hard in trial, you know? No doubt about it. And you can, I mean, that wave wasn't as impressive. The thing is AI needs a little bit of time. I could probably use a little bit higher attack speed. She's nowhere near Shamir, but she'll plant those crystals more often. It's pretty dang effective, I feel like, you know? Whether or not they're comparable, whether or not you prefer one to the other, right? Let's restart it with both of them just for S's and G's here. Let's kind of station them across from each other. But for me, you know, hey, listen, there'd be one thing, the little drop step is not too bad. It'd be one thing though, if this dude was, maybe I need to have like 800 speed or 900 speed, something like absolutely ridiculous that my account is just not equipped to do. Maybe that's the issue, you know? You put them both together and you've got some nice control tandem here. But for me, it'd be one thing if he was bringing like a substantial amount of damage as well to the table, right? He doesn't need to be stun, lock, immobilize. That is the highlight of his kit, no doubt, but he doesn't need to do that, right? If he's bringing something else to the table. Unfortunately, he's not bringing anything else to the table. There's no essential debuffs. Damage, I mean, you're not going to see anything here damage-wise, but, you know, it put out a little tiny bit, but look at this. This is AI. And this is Shamir. And let me tell you, we'll go to Gear Raid 1 really quickly, but it doesn't get any better, guys. It doesn't get any better. As a matter of fact, it just gets kind of worse. Now, I'm not going to do massive comparison runs here. Stage 20 power dominance off. I have him on the squad. I have my squad all ready to go. I'm not going to sit here and compare him to AI. I could sub in Maul AI. I did that. I've done that already before I recorded because I was in denial. You ever do that, guys? You ever pull a hero here? You build them and then you're in denial about them not being as good as you thought they were. I'm like, wait a second, I just have them in the wrong position, clearly. I just got to change positions. And then it's bad there. And you're like, oh, well, he needs Dolores. He needs Dolores next to him. Then he'll be good. No, nothing mattered at all. I'm just gonna do one run. I'm not gonna keep you guys here forever. I think I made my point. I had to make this video because, listen, I'm gonna get a hell of a lot of stuff wrong on this game, right? As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna get a lot wrong, but I always, if you know me from the last 10 years of Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Raid Shadow Legends, all the stuff that I've done over 10 years now on YouTube, you'll know one thing about yours truly. is I make a lot of I was wrong videos because that's what you ought to do when you're wrong about stuff, right, in these games. So yeah, there's no shortage of that content here on the channel. All right, let's go ahead and get the man, the myth, the legend on the board here. I'm going to set up a vortex just to make sure he doesn't die over there. Let's just put him on the board here, guys. What do you say? Here you go, Shamir. It's your time to shine, my A3 Shamir. What have you got for us, man? Not much, guys. Not much is going to be the answer to that question. I'm not even laurel cycling here. Sorry, it's a sloppy run, as you've probably come to expect. Let's go ahead and just do this and this for the heck of it. Let's pull laurel off. Let's start cooking here with our alts and all this good stuff. Let's put Cerberus on right now. We'll cycle back to him later again. So far, I don't know about you guys. Not to say that things are going like awfully bad in this run so far, but it doesn't look like they're perma-stunned or anything close to it so far. You know, the wall is holding up okay, I would say, and we're still gonna win because we have freaking like 2 S+ tier mages on the team. The problem is like if I go to stage 21, which I have not cleared, it's like I need to farm more of this stage to clear 21. Like that's where I am on my account right now, which is a great spot to be. I have no problem with it. But here's the problem, dude. Like, value over replacement wise, he's doing less slow. The mobilize, I'm not really noticing a massive impact from it. I hate to just like sit here and smack talk, but I think I was wrong on this dude. Boreas dies anyway. It would have been a dud anyway. But I think I was wrong on him, guys. I think I was wrong on this guy. I just don't think he's very good. I don't advise players invest in this guy expecting anybody who's going to help you beyond the early to mid game, in addition to faction. Very end game or very early game. I think those are the two areas where this dude, you know, is definitely usable, not awful, right? We still might win. We got Boreas back in there and we've recovered a little bit here. The wall is kind of hurting for certain. You know, if I have anybody in that slot, doesn't really matter who they are, I would say. I feel like the return is gonna be so much better, right? Especially the ones that I mentioned. AI, Mari, Maul, we're gonna lose. And again, the loss, I don't wanna put it on Shamir here. It's really tough I lied to you. I said I wasn't gonna run this with somebody else, but I think I have to because it's absolutely meaningless what you're watching right now. I'm just gonna restart. You guys kind of get the point. I'm gonna quit the battle. I wanna show you the damage, obviously, or lack thereof. What I wanna do though, is just in case you're not interested in the idea of building him with, like Morrigan was out there half the time and did double the damage as he was, you know, on the board. Absolutely no damage there. So it's all for the slow. And you can take my word for it. The slow of like I said, like a Maul, I find to be quite a bit better, you know? I know there's immobilize and different factors there, but I guess you guys kind of get the point, what I'm trying to make here. So let's try again, guys. And I'm not gonna make you watch the whole thing, but I wanna try again, and I wanna just gear swap him with like a Comet or somebody that I'm not using who's really good. So basically I want to use him in a lot better damage gear. You're 15 minutes into a Shamir video, I might as well show you what he can do for damage too, right? So he's at 95, 349 in crit rate, crit damage. He's at almost 14k attack. It's a fine build, you know? Let's go in here, do the exact same thing again. Actually, you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna put him with freaking Dolores, man. He's gonna be subbing in for Boreas, and we'll run Boreas on the other side, and he'll still bring the freeze and a lot of damage, but I'm gonna put him in the best possible position to get the most damage, right? And then we're just gonna be the judge of what he puts out. I would expect a hell of a lot of damage. The first hero on the board, I was actually really not enthusiastic about the heals on Eloin there. So let me do this, put Eloin to the other side, and we're laurel cycling over here anyway, so I think we'll be okay. So we'll see what he can do. I mean, this is mostly all him here. A little bit of Irna thrown in before I popped her ult. We'll see what he can do. What do you guys say? All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we just ran it. Same basically thing happened. He's in the best damage position possible on the map in some of my best damage gear on the account. You can already see everybody basically outscored him. He put up 5 million damage. 5 million damage with those stats. Yeah, whether it's slowing, whether it's damage, I would not advise people invest in Shamir outside of maybe some niche situations like the Tide, progression, or faction trials. That's gonna be it, guys. I'm sorry, but hey, now you know the facts. If you still disagree with me, if you're still a fan of Shamir, if you think I'm wrong, let me know why in the comments below. But for now, What a letdown.